In this video, I'm going to show you how to audit your own ad account, and I'm going to show you how to do that in under 10 minutes. So if you are brand new to Google Ads, or maybe you're a business owner and you just want to figure out what is wasting so much money in your ad account, then this is the perfect video for you. Also, I'm going to try not to get too technical. I'm just going to show you the 3 things that you need to check. And this is typically the 3 major things that are burning through your ad budget. Now, if you're brand new here, hi, my name is Devon Thomas, and what I do is I show business owners how to get leads with search ads. And if you want, you can check out my new workshop down in the description below. It's called How to Get Your First 100 Clients with Search Ads. And trust me, it's good. It's really, really good. All right, so let's go into our account over here. Now, this is our training account, so the data might be a bit choppy, but there's more than enough over here to show you exactly what to do. The first thing that I do when I log into an ad account is see how much conversions they have. In other words, how much leads is the business actually getting? So if I go over here and I click on all, I'll basically see that I have 136 conversions over here. Now, some of you might log into your account and you might see that you have 1,000 conversions, but you haven't got a customer and you haven't got a call in the past week or the past month. That's probably because your conversion tracking is not set up properly. So if I go to goals over here and I look at my conversions, I can see that most of the conversions in the account are actually active. So they'll show green with active over here, or they'll show no recent conversions. If it shows red, let me see if I can find a red one. Okay, I can't find a red one, but if it shows red, that means your conversion tracking is broken and you need to fix it first. Don't even try and optimize an account without conversion tracking, because you're basically flying the plane blindfolded. It's not going to work. And if you want a simple way to track conversions, you can check out my conversion tracking class. What I'll do is I'll link it down in the description below, and I basically talk you step by step through converting and how to actually set up that conversion. And it's not going to cost you that much money. And on top of that, it's actually in plain and simple English. So no gobbledygook. It's actually languages business, or a language that business owners will understand. All right, so I'm back in the ad account over here. As you can see, my conversions are set up properly. It says no recent conversions. Oh, by the way, you might see this yellow one over here that says need attention. When it says needs attention over there, you basically run through this troubleshooting process that Google Ads gives you. You see there's a little button over here. And once you troubleshoot it, you will find out what the problem is. And as you can see, I'm only tracking stuff that's valuable to the business. Free workshop signups and lead form submissions. So going back to my Google Ads account, let me just make sure that we've got the correct campaign. I think it's this one over here. Going back over here, I can see my conversions are good. Now I need to look at my cost per conversion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap this out till it says conversion or cost/conversion over here. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to figure out what my conversion rate is. And as you can see over here, I'm getting leads for about $9. This is for an online course that's about $1,000. So a $9 lead webinar sign up, even if they don't buy, that's very acceptable in my business. And a conversion rate of 11%, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, here's the thing. If you're converting below 3%, you probably need to have a look at your offer. You probably need to have a look at what you're selling. If you're converting between 3 to 6%, you're doing well, but you could probably improve with your landing page. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about over here. Every landing page should have at least 3 elements. Okay, and let me just click on this one over here. This is for that workshop, by the way. As you can see over here, please leave me alone, my chatbot. As you can see over here, the first thing I have is I've got a very clear subject line. What do you do? What do you offer them? It's not just good enough to say you're a dentist. It's not just good enough to say that you're a plumbing company. You can say, call us and we'll be at your property to fix your leaking tap within 24 hours. That's an offer. So it's not just as simple as what you do. It's your promise to the client, right? And so as you can see over here, we've got a clear promise that if they take this workshop, they're going to learn how to get their first 100 clients with ads. So that's number one. The second thing that we want to do is we basically want to give them more reasons for them to sign up for our product or sign up for our service or book a call with us. And that's what this little section does over here. So you're basically telling them what they have to lose if they don't sign up today, right now. And the last thing that you need to do, and I think a lot of people skip this, is you want some sort of social proof. You want proof that you are actually good at the thing that you're saying you're doing. So if you have these three things in place, you'll start converting more. If you don't, you won't convert as much, right? And as you can see over here, we're doing 11.92%. So that's perfectly fine. So the big question is, Devon, if we're doing so good over here, how do we make sure we drop this even more? Or how can I make sure that I'm dropping my cost per lead even more? Well, there's two big reports that you want to check. The first one is your search terms report. So I'm going to go all the way over here and I'm going to go to insights and reports, and I'm going to go to search terms. And once I get into the search terms report, I can start looking through this data. Now, for those of you who don't know, the search terms report is literally what people are searching for to trigger your ads. So it's not your keywords, it's what people are searching for to trigger your ads. Don't get confused between the two. So if I click on cost over here, just give me a second. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on cost. I'm going to sort this out by cost. Okay, so my number one search term over here is Skillshop. That's fine. Google Digital Garage. That's fine. All of these search terms are looking okay. You can see I spent some time optimizing this account. However, here's a problem. I've got one over here that says Google Courses free. And yes, it might be converting, but it's probably not bringing the right type of person to my page. So what I want to do here is I want to set this as a negative keyword, which means it doesn't show up anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up at a campaign level. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it phrase match, and I'm going to make sure that whenever somebody tries to search for anything to do with free, it gets rid of them, right? So now that'll be completely excluded. So if somebody's looking for a free course, I don't offer a free course. All right. So that's one of the things that I can do to basically reduce my search terms. And one of the things that's also going to help improve my cost per conversion. And when you go through these, guys, sometimes you'll see that these search terms are completely out of line with what you're selling. So always make sure that you go through this probably every single week at least, so that you always know what you're showing up for and what you shouldn't be showing up for. So for example here, Google Ads Manager Training, this cost me $4 for this click. And I definitely don't do this. So also I can negative that out, and I'll just sit here and I'll just negative those out. And that's basically what I'm looking for when I'm auditing an ad account. The next thing that I do is I go over into the keyword section. Now, we just covered search terms. Now we're going into the keywords. The keywords are basically the keywords that you chose that trigger your ads. And here's where you could also be losing a lot of money. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. When I'm coming over here and I look at my keywords report, I can see that I have my keyword over here. I have my match type over here, which is broad match. We can have another conversation about that. But as you can see over here, I've got a whole bunch of basically cost per conversions related to each keyword. And what I want to do is I want to see which one of these keywords is costing a lot to convert and bringing me expensive leads. And then I want to cut out that specific keyword. So for example, over here, I've got here a cost per conversion of $12. I've got here a cost per conversion of $6. So this keyword is doing really well. But I've got one over here that's costing me $31 just to get a lead. So this is where I'm wasting some ad budget. Now, there's two things that I can do. The first thing I can do is I can tick next to the keyword and I can literally say remove, and I can take away this keyword, and that means I never use this keyword again. But it is bringing in some leads, so it is worthy of keeping around. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go over to what my cost per click is, my max CPC. This is only possible if you have manual CPC. If you want me to tell you more about it, just write down in the comment section. I'll make a whole video on it. But as you can see over here, my cost is 33 cents. So I want to drop this down even more, and I want to say, yeah, I'm only willing to pay about 15. Let's make it 20 cents per click here. And what Google will then do is it'll limit how much it pays for the click, and therefore it'll limit how much that conversion is costing me. You see how that works? And the one last thing I want to show you guys before I get out of here is you also want to take a look at your demographics reports. Now, what I'm going to do over here is I am going to go to audiences, and I'm going to see who's converting and who's not converting, right? So as you can see over here, it shows empty, but when you click on show table over here and I do this, it should pop up with some stats over here. And the most important thing that I'm looking for once again is where are all my expensive conversions coming from? So when I click on cost per conversion over here, you'll notice that more or less everything is in line, and I can't say there's one demographic that is really blowing my budget or too expensive. And that's basically how you audit your ad account. Now, guys, I love data. I can go and I can do this forever. Oh, by the way, did we get under 10 minutes? I think we got more or less in 10 minutes. But by the way, I love data. I could go through this and we can make this whole thing like a 3-hour thing. But if you check those 3 things, that should put you in a great position to audit your own ads. Now, if you want me to dive deeper, not only on the auditing side, but also on how to get your first 100 clients, I've set up this amazing workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to break down the strategy that I'm using right now to get leads, not only for me, but for my clients. I've been doing this for 7 years and I'm really good at using Google Ads to get leads. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you the low budget stuff, the stuff nobody talks about, the stuff that you don't need to spend $1,000 per day or even $200 per day. I'm going to show you the stuff that works on really tiny budgets. Now you can sign up to this workshop at the link in the description below. And yeah, I hope that has been super helpful to you. And last but not least, thanks so much for watching till the end. If you want to see me show you how to find keywords that convert for your business, click on this video over here. I will see you next time. Peace.